Hello, I'm Jashikins, and welcome to another episode of Jash Reads. Now, I know last time I made a video, I said, oh yeah, I'll be coming out with a video every night. Then I realized after 4 straight nights of doing these episodes, I was just pooped. I was like, fuck it. No, I bit off way more than I can chew, so with that sort of not an explanation, let's get started on tonight's dramatic reading. And tonight we will continue Animorphs number 3, The Encounter. I nearly banged my hand on this thing over here. Good start. Thwack, 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 thwack. The sound of rotors was a roar. They were not going to pull up. We were going to hit. But then a flicker of the pilot's eyes, a twitch of his hand on the control stick. I cranked right, the helicopter cranked left. It blew past me like a tornado. The backwash of the rotors caught me and tumbled me through the air. I fell upside down. I folded my wings, flared my tail, and spun around. I opened my wings and swooped neatly between 2 trees. I banked left and flew over the cave. Rachel was the last one in. She was still clearly visible. The helicopter would almost certainly have seen her. I watched till she was safely inside. Okay, you guys, I don't think anyone saw you. Be cool till I tell you it's time. They couldn't answer, of course. They were still fully human, so they could hear my thought speech, but could not respond in kind. The Yerks went through the familiar routine. The phony park rangers fanned out around the lake with automatic weapons ready. The helicopters buzzed around until they decided the area was free of witnesses. The helicopters landed and the Hork-Bajir jumped out. They seemed extra careful. Probably Visher 3 had given them all kinds of grief over the guy I had helped to escape the day before. Visher 3 was not a creature you wanted mad at you. Then I felt it. The emptiness in the sky, the sense of something monstrously huge moving slowly through the air. It was above me. Slowly it appeared, shimmering into reality like some kind of magic trick. You could never get used to how big that thing was. It felt like someone was hanging a small moon over your head. I flew out from under it, over closer to the cave. It's here, I announced. From behind the truck ship came the usual guard of bug fighters. Only instead of 2 bug fighters, there were 4. The Yerks were definitely nervous this time. 2 of the bug fighters remained on patrol. The other 2 landed in the clearing beside the helicopters. Why? Why the extra security? Was it just because of the guy I had helped to escape? I felt something new in the air above the hovering truck ship. Another cloaked ship. Not as large, but from that emptiness in the sky, I felt a dread that I had felt before. The cloak shimmered out, and the ship appeared. Black within black, an outthrust spear, razor edged. I had seen the ship before. The blade ship. I had seen it first at the construction site where the Andalite had been murdered while we cried helplessly. No wonder the Yerks were nervous. The blade ship lowered toward the landing area. The Hork-Bajir on the ground and the park rangers were in a frenzy now, searching the woods as if their lives depended on it. Someone had fired a Dracon beam. I looked and saw a deer in mid-leap sizzle and disappear. The Yerks were shooting anything that moved. The doors of the blade ship opened. More Hork-Bajir poured out, Dracon beams leveled. Behind them came a pair of Toxons, slithering and shimmying on their needle legs, undulating their gross caterpillar bodies. And last, he stepped out. Dainty Andalite hooves, deadly Andalite tail, like a scorpion's, the mouthless Andalite face, the two small Andalite arms with too many fingers, the two mobile eyes mounted on antler-like stalks that turned this way and that, always searching so that the large main eyes could focus on one thing at a time. An Andalite body, but not an Andalite mind. For in that Andalite body lived a Yerk, the only Andalite controller, the only Yerk ever to enslave an Andalite, and thus the only Yerk to have the power to morph. I dropped down into the trees. I waited till a patrolling Hork-Bajir had walked past the cave where my friends hid. When I was sure no one would see, I fluttered down and into the cave, scrapping the bushes on either side. Tobias? Is that you? Jake whispered. Yes. What are you doing here? That's not the plan. Forget the plan. He's here. No one asked who. They all knew from the way I had said it. He was here. Fisher 3. And that's the end of that chapter. Fisher 3 arrives. Yay! It's just like they're probably afraid to ask, how can this day get any worse? Because it always gets worse. One of the things I like about the Animorphs series is that every book doesn't end with the heroes just easily winning the day. Sometimes they barely make it out alive. So that when instances like this appear, the instances like this happen when it's like, hey, the Fisher 3 appeared, you don't think, okay, they're going to be able to escape and they'll save the day, yada, yada, yada. You're actually really afraid because you're like, okay, they're going to get out of this, but how badly are they going to get their asses kicked? And you worry because you don't want your babies to go through any trouble. You want just nice, calm days, you know. So yeah, if you have any comments you want to talk about this chapter or other things Animorphs, please comment below. Just remember, no major spoilers. So no major spoilers past the point of this chapter. The thing is, I want people who are maybe just learning about Animorphs to be able to come watch these videos and, you know, not be spoiled. You know, just go, okay, they'll be experiencing the series like we, you know, people who have read the entire series experienced it, not knowing what's going to happen next. So, yeah, but if you do want to talk spoiler talk to me, if you're watching this on the YouTubes, link in the description to my Tumblr Ask box, where you can ask anything Animorphs. It can be major spoilers. And if you're one of those people that are just learning about Animorphs and you listen to this horrible dramatic reading, you're like, yeah, I would love to actually get my hands on a copy of Animorphs 3 The Encounter. Well, have no fear, I'm here. If you're watching on the YouTubes, link in the description, and if you are watching on my blog, add under the video. And with both types of links, you can go and buy your own Animorphs number 3 The Encounter. Woot! And if you watch this horrible dramatic reading and for some reason are like, hey, I have an ebook that I would like Jash to read, or I have this lovely fanfic I would love Jash to read. All you have to do, fuck. I was going so well that I was like, pfft. But anyways, I'm horrible. But anyways, if you want to learn how to commission me for Jash reads and my prices, if you're watching this on the YouTubes, link in the description, and if you're watching this on my blog, link up there, and the link will take you to. That seemed I just freezed up for a second, and I'm always afraid if I freeze up when I notice it, I freeze up a million times when I don't. But anyways, the link will take you to a post that will tell you about my prices, what I do, what I don't do. It'll tell you that. And if you still have questions, feel more than free to ask. Oh, hooked. And please, of course, like this video and subscribe to me. I blog because I really need attention. I am not properly loved. So, I look to you, the interwebs peoples, to love me. Oh, God. And okay, I think I've gotten those things. Let's see, I did the spoilers, comments, I did everything. If I've forgotten, oh well, I'll correct it next time. But yeah, now this short real life segment. I love my fiance Rev Resner. He's very precious to me. I'm like trying to find where my heart is. Where is it? And I'll be moving maybe next week or the week after. Hopefully, Rev's just moved in yesterday, actually. So, woot. So, yeah, so I'll be moving in. And I think he really wants to spend alone time with the birds. So that's a little bit of backstory there. I think he just wants to spend time with the birds. And when he was talking to me I think a night or two ago, I think he was just so excited about possibly spending more time with the birds that he did not really consider the words that came out of his mouth. So another bit of backstory. I'm living with my emotionally abusive father. And so part of the reason of moving is to get away from him and just be in a better spot mentally. So with that being said, Rev Resner was like, hey, hey Jash, what about, maybe you can go with your dad to California and just, let me have some alone time with the birds. And I barely began my short little rant when he, immediately started to backpedal to go, shit. Because I was just like pointing out to him, I'm moving to get away from here. And like, he kept on saying, I'm sorry, but I went on for just very short, like a minute or two. And it was just like, I love him to death, but sometimes he's fucking stupid. Some moments it's like, I love him to death, but why? So now we come to the part of the video where I do well wishes, and well wishes are saying, hey, I hope things go well, or I hope this or that, or no, anything, really. And if you would like your well wishes to be in the next video, please comment below and I will say them and say your username. Unless I forget to say your name, then I'm extremely sorry. But I'm cute, so you know you can't hate me. So, and when I say the well wishes, I drink a little bit of sake, and I'm trying to make this little bit of sake actually last because I want to open the other bottle of sake when I actually arrive to my new house. So, you know, I'll really have to, like, barely sip it. I'm dedicated. I am dedicated to this. So, anyways, well wish, I hope everyone's health is well. And I hope the moving for me will go smoothly, that nothing too bad will happen. I don't know, I didn't ask Revs if he got his sheets today because last night that was a thing of discussion of him not knowing where his sheets were, and so hopefully I don't miss anything important like that. Yeah. Oh, Game of Thrones Season 8 is actually good because Season 7 was a major fucking letdown. It just, like, I won't start to go until even a tiny rant because I will go on for fucking ever and that will be the short version. So I hope that Game of Thrones Season 8 is good. I hope that Westworld continues to be good. It's funny, last episode we finally got to go to Shogun World, which fans of the show have been really begging to get to since the finale of last season. And Shogun World aired, and a lot of them fucking hated it. So I hope that Westworld continues to be good and shuts them up. I'm sorry. That was sort of like a mini rant. Not really well wishing. Like, I think I'm slowly putting rants in here. But anyways, and with the moving thing, I also hope that my three parakeets, Lemon, Loki, and Peep, enjoy it, enjoy the new house, get used to the new environment they're in. Peep will probably be a drama queen, so especially Peep enjoys the new home. And cheers. And oh fuck, I'd like mess this whole thing up. This is the part that seems to really be getting me nowadays. I think I'm so worried about the sake level there. But anyways, if you want to join in, if you want to drink along with me, get your favorite alcohol, liqueur, and if you don't drink for any numerous reasons, get some water, tea, milk, whatever. So, cheers. Even a small gulp is going to get rid of it. I might have to start, cheering with water, tea. Which I have done in the past only when I didn't want to drink any alcohol. Damn. I think next episode The well wish will be saying goodbye to this bottle. Oh, you've served me well. I really only drink this when I'm doing these Jash reads, and I think also during Game of Thrones Season 7. I needed alcohol to help me, but that goes on the rant. That's me shutting up about that now. Anyways, next episode will be more of my Game of Thrones fanfic, A Marriage of Convenience. And it will hopefully air tomorrow night around 2 a.m. Unless I end up going to Rev Resner's for the weekend, in which case, yeah, it won't be happening. And on my Twitter, at Jashikins, I will update if my schedule changes, but if it does not change, expect the next Jash Reads to be more of a marriage of convenience, and it will air tomorrow around 2 a.m. And until then, goodbye.